Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of question and answer. You guys want to ask Dwayne some questions? Wow.
All right, well, cool. That's great. See you
So,
later.
thanks, guys. Well, how about this? I got a question to start us off with, if you guys are up for it. Dwayne, when you go to bed at night, do you leave your closet door open or closed?
I'm an open guy.
You're open.
I'm an open guy.
You're not scared.
Nah, I'm
you're not scared of what's in the closet.
I'm not scared. After I hit my knees and I say my prayer, I'm good to go. I know where I'm going.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Okay, I got one more question for you, and then we're going to get it out to the crowd here. When you're catching the football, would you rather go up the seam or across the middle?
Up the seam is touchdown. Across the middle is headache. Across the middle.
Man, would you cut that ball in the last game and they were hunting you down? What did that feel like?
Man, it felt great, dude. Like it was one of those points in the game, 3rd and long. We had just stalled on our momentum. I believe the score was only like 16-3, and I was just like, "Oh my goodness!" They just called my number. Lord, be with me. And I lined up, and I saw the guy pressed against me, and was able to get off and make a cool move. But once I saw the ball in the air, like
cool move.
Hey, look, I promise you, playing with Christ is like the most freeing thing ever. I used to put so much pressure on myself. I used to think that I had to make this play, had to make that play. Now, before every game, Lord, give me my portion. Whatever my portion is for the day, Lord God, I promise you all the glory and honor will go to you, and I will not keep it for myself. And so, like, when I'm out there, it just seems so easy because all the pressure isn't on me. The pressure is on Christ, and He allows me to just go out there and freely move and freely play. And so when I caught the ball, it was just like, thank you, Jesus.
Oh, isn't that nice? I did not know Jesus was a football player.
Yeah.
But he certainly can't help you. Certainly can't. So questions for Dwayne.
Great question. Why did I pick number 83 as my number? Well, coming out of high school, I was the 83rd best player in the nation. That's not why I picked my number. Actually, the reason why I picked my number is because I was 83 in college. Any more questions? Please.
Excellent. Other questions? What? Dylan. Good question.
That's a great
Good question.
That's a great question. In college, there was this one time where I broke down the sideline, and it was like that perfect moment. Every guy who plays football, you either want a diving touchdown into the end zone like this, or you want to do one where you're flipping. Well, this time I tripped in. So I went to even matter of fact, the Cincinnati Bengals game, right? So I catch the ball. Everyone's like, oh, amazing catch. But I'm up the sideline, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, oh, this is the moment. This is the moment where I just somersault into the end zone. Like, it's going to be amazing. And I get to, like, the 3-yard line and trip and just fall. Just like, dang it. Oh. Thank you, Jesus.
I really don't want to be near you when you trip because I'm afraid I will just be flattened right here.
I'm bringing everything down with me.
I mean, was there any point in time that you wanted to play defense? You want to hit people rather than catch?
Yeah, in high school, I played defensive end and enjoyed it because it was my opportunity to, again, make another big impact on the game and hit people. But there's no better feeling than having the ball in your hand because, like, in a way, you have control of the outcome of the game.
Other questions out there? There we go.
Oh,
from a girl.
A great question. My favorite color would be lavender. Yeah, y'all keep that.
It's
in
not
between
chartreuse, or
no. Keep that in between us. If that got out,
lavender.
My reputation wouldn't be as good.
Hashtag lavender. That's going on Instagram right now. Keith, make it happen, man. Make it happen. Hashtag lavender. Yes, ma'am.
Great question. How did I meet my girlfriend? Well, I went up to Purdue to speak, and I shared with them this thing called the 4 truths. These 4 things, if you do, I feel that you'll have success. If you submit to authority, if you serve others, if you communicate, and if you commit to a standard. I believe that you'll have success. But if you do those with our Father in mind, you'll have fulfillment. And so I shared that with Purdue football team, and Sarah is actually a manager for the Purdue football team, and she caught my eye. So
Yes, she did not know she was going to be singled out. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting.
yes, sir. My favorite food.
Off-season food.
Off-season.
Off-season food.
That's specific. Because I do like to eat.
Yes.
And in the off-season, I actually gain a bit of weight. It's probably not good that I do this to my body, but in the off-season, I probably gain like 20 pounds or so. But I'm definitely a macaroni and cheese guy.
Ooh.
All right? There's a couple places that serve really good macaroni and cheese.
All right, listen up. Listen up here. Places
right.
we serve macaroni and cheese.
Noah Grant's, if you've ever been there, awesome. Sullivan's, really good, macaroni and cheese.
The only guy I know that goes to Sullivan's and then gets macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. Where else?
Steak.
And then my mom, of course. My mom makes the best macaroni and cheese.
And your mom lives in North Carolina, is that right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. North Carolina.
Awesome. Other questions in the back? Oh.
Funny you ask.
Nice. Yes.
Well,
Not really. Can we compare? Yes.
they're about the same.
That's good.
I used to bench a lot in college because I thought it mattered. Like, we were all like meatheads in college, just more weights. And once I got to the pros, I learned that, there's a purpose to the madness, and that if I just continue to pound weight on my body, that my body was going to continue to break down. So now the highest I probably lift is like 315 pounds. In college, I was more like a 435-pound guy. But again,
Wow.
no reason for all that.
That's nice. Okay, some other questions. Right in the middle. Favorite teammate? Whoa. Andrew Luck.
Of course, Andrew.
He throws the touchdowns.
Exactly. Now I have a.
Yeah, do you have a close friend on the team?
Yeah, I do. He's actually my roommate. He lives with me, and his name is Enoch. He's from Canada. A strong believer, also. We live together, talk, hang out together on the road. We room together, and it's cool. One of the things that I had to do whenever I submitted to Christ, that God was just telling me to do over and over, is I had to remove some people from my life. It wasn't the easiest thing, but it was necessary. There were some people who were bad influences on my life that encouraged different things that, Christ was like, yo, if you want to follow me, you can't do those things. You don't want to do those things. And so whenever I eliminated those people, whenever I walked away from, and not forever, but Christ had to change me so that I could be a change agent in their lives. So I had to get rid of some people in my life, and God just brought so many other people in my life that has been such an encouragement. And it's like whenever I became a follower of Christ, I was adopted into a family. And so where, at one point I may have even felt friendless, I gained so many brothers and sisters.
Wow. So was Enoch a friend before you became a Christian, or was that after you got saved?
Well, he actually didn't get to the team until after.
Okay.
It's a funny thing. He said that he's from Canada, played in the Canadian Football League, and he said that he had been praying, wherever God led him in the NFL, that, another believer would be there, so that he could have some interaction with another believer. And so he always takes credit in a way. He's like,
Nice.
dude, I prayed for your salvation. I prayed for your
See,
salvation.
that's what friends are for.
Yeah.
That's what friends are for. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Oh, my favorite part about playing football, there was a point this offseason where I was just like, man, Lord, how am I supposed to serve you in this profession and be good at it? I feel like all the good guys are bad guys in a way. But Lord, I want to make sure that I keep you first. And having played the game for so long, I know how much all the praise and notoriety from fans can get to a person's head and build them up. But the best part about it is on Sundays, whenever I'm out there, it's my opportunity to glorify God with my skills and abilities. Just like He's blessed you all with different talents and abilities, that He wants you to spend some time to mature, and so that the platform that you're able to receive from those talents, you can use it to glorify Him also. So the best part is on Sundays, whenever I get to give Him the recognition on national television.
Awesome, man. I mean, seriously, he was sharing before the service. He's like, I don't know if I want to play football anymore, and can I serve God and play football at the same time?
Yeah.
And so for you to be able to serve God that way is pretty awesome. Okay, let's have yes, ma'am.
Besides the Colts, I don't think I have a favorite football team besides the Colts. Now, before the league, before I was drafted in the league, I was a huge San Diego Chargers fan. I love LaDainian Tomlinson. I love Antonio Gates. Yeah, LT was the man. Like in high school and college, I used to score touchdowns, and every now and then just flick it and hold the back of my head like that.
And I love the Chargers too because they never win the Super Bowl, right?
Yes, sir, with the Colts hat.
A little louder.
Did Coach ever let me have story time? I like that one. He was referring to the library commercial with me and Andrew. During training camp, he did allow us to have story time on our own time in between meetings, and we had to make sure that we weren't late for meetings.
Nice.
In the red hoodie, I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You. Never met Tim. Like what I said, I'm referred to him by his first name.
Right.
Yeah. Never met Tebow. Was an amazing ambassador for Christ throughout his playing career. My job as a believer is not to imitate anyone, but again, it's like I told you, Christ gives me the ability to be free and be myself. So I'm able to glorify Him and give Him all the honor and praise in a unique way that is my own.
Awesome. All right, right back here in the middle.
Yes, ma'am.
Go, Lizzie, and then Dave.
What's my middle name?
Seriously.
I mean, we're going. It's totally fine. This is Q&A. Lamont.
Lamont?
Yeah, I always wish one of my good friends on the team, Pat McAfee, if you go to his Wikipedia, his middle name is it's like Patrick. It's like a really cool Hercules. Yes, Patrick Hercules McAfee. And I'm just like, ooh,
really?
I really want a cool middle name like that. So I tried. Someone keeps changing it behind me, but I go in online on Wikipedia and change my middle name to Achilles, Dwayne Achilles Allen. I think,
So is Pat as crazy as he kind of has the persona of being crazy? Is he as crazy in locker room as he is in public?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's just straight up crazy.
Just straight up crazy. He's one of those guys who is just turned on all the time. What you see on TV is how he is the rest of the time. That's why it comes so easy to him.
Yeah, at least he's honest, right?
Exactly.
At least he's honest. Okay.
Oh, great question. So last year I suffered.
Those are big hands. Those are very big hands.
Last year I suffered a season-ending hip injury. It was in the first game of the season, and it was a very neat series of events. Like I tell you that me reading that book in my room and Christ coming to me at that moment was that salvation point, that point where I submitted. But there were so many seeds sown before then that got me to that point. And one of them was me being injured, because whenever I came down with my hip injury, I actually found out that I had this hip impingement in both of my hips that was just churning up my hips. And the specialist said, Dwayne, if you hadn't have gotten injured, you might have only played 2 more years of football. He said, so you getting injured was actually a blessing in disguise, but in more ways than one. Because being away from football, eliminating that distraction was God's way of pulling back some of the dirt in my life so that I can hear him. Because I was so buried in sin and darkness that he had to pull back different distractions in order for me to hear his voice.
Isn't it amazing how God can use those moments of pain, those valley moments, then to get into your heart?
Definitely.
And that is amazing. Good question. Good question. Yes.
What kind of car do I drive? Great question. So for the longest, I drove a Chevy Impala, a 2007 Chevy Impala. And it wasn't until this year that I had my parents in town with my mom and my uncle, and they couldn't fit. They couldn't fit. And, for the longest, I was just like, you know what? I don't need a car. My Impala gets me from point A to point B. It's totally fine. It's all I need. And this year, I actually went out and got a Yukon truck, which is very nice and comfy.
A little more room.
Yeah, a little more room.
A little more room.
But, man, to answer your question even further, dude, I had the resources to go out and get whatever car that I wanted, even before then. But it's one of those things where God not only gives me the ability to garner wealth, but he also gives me the ability to enjoy it. So it was the right time and moment for me to go out and get a new truck and for me to be able to enjoy it, because I could have went out and gotten another car and would have been totally miserable with it.
Well, it's amazing the stewardship that you had even before you had submitted to Christ. I mean, that's God working in you all that whole time. Amazing. Yes, ma'am. You ready?
What's my favorite song?
That's a great question.
Ooh.
Now, that's something I want to know.
Look, okay, listen. Again, going back to January 8th, so I had to eliminate a lot of the things that I was listening to, because a lot of the things that I was listening to, again, just like the people, were promoting things that, weren't Christ-like. And so I had to change my music totally up and started listening to some Elevation Church, some Bethel music, some Lecrae, some Andy Mineo.
Uno seis.
I would have to say, uno seis.
Yes,
There
see?
we go. Come on. I would have to say,
Yes. I am cool. Thank goodness.
I would have to say Death of Me by Andy Mineo, if you're familiar with it. If you're not, I can give you a little bit of it.
You feel better if you had a mic?
Yeah, I would. Let me get my Andy Mineo on.
Yes.
Goes something like this. Mama feel like she losing me to this lifestyle that's consuming me. I travel every weekend, even when I'm weak, man. You know what they do to me? Huh? Back pain. Sleeping on planes, I'm feeling like Bruce Wayne. Blackout that night on that stage. Man, I need a back cave just to get away. Jesus retreated to speak with his father. I know that I need it. My career been growing, but tell me where I'm going if my time with God is depleted. Nowhere. God, I'm sorry, I mean it. All I want to do is walk with you.
Wow.
Please.
I really was afraid he was going to drop the mic like Jackson did this summer, so I'm glad he did not. That would have been, I would have tried to catch it, actually.
You, sir. The best defensive player I've had to go up against. What's your guess? I knew you were going to say J.J. Watt.
He's a beast.
He is a monster. He is. And this is my way of playing, right? So I give everyone their respect. Like, hey, you're a heck of a player. You're on this level for a reason. Like, I respect you, but I know the abilities and talents that God has blessed me with, and I'm confident in those abilities and talents that he's blessed me with. So it's my job to go out and block whoever you are. But the absolute best defensive player I've gone against is Mario Williams from the Buffalo Bills. He's just too big, too strong, too fast.
Yeah.
Like, too much of a human being for me to. I'm like, he's one of those guys. I see him and I stand next to him. I'm just like, Lord, like really? Yeah, that's what. Higher. Just like, Lord, what am I supposed to do with this? You'll never leave me. You'll never forsake me.
Dainty. I like that. Dwayne, help me down from a chair.
Go ahead. Whew. Yeah, all right.
Did you hear the crowd? Did you hear the crowd? The crowd's,
that was a good one.
Scary.
Man, to be honest with you, relinquishing control. I've always been one to want control of things and control of my own life, especially. That whenever I was called to give up control of my life, that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But it was one of the most joyful things that I can remember that I've ever done. Because once I let go of control of my life, again, all this freedom just came to me. And this peace and this joy and this happiness just like God blessed me with.
You were talking about giving it all up to God and having that confidence that God's given you the abilities, He's going to work through you, and yet you still have to have, when you go to a football game, you have to have that confidence that you can do it. And so, how does that work, that balance of, I'm confident in myself, but I'm also confident in Christ? How do you keep that balance?
Man, it's kind of cool because like when I line up and I get ready to go, like I know that He's equipped me, but it's like at the end of the play, like there's plays that I make where I'm just like inside, how did I do that, right? There's things that I say to people whenever I'm speaking and talking about Christ that the words come out of nowhere. The Holy Spirit just utilizes me and says what He needs to say. And it's the same way on the playing field. The Spirit is just with me while I'm out there, and some of the plays that I do that I'm able to make is not because of me, it's because of God. And so, like, whenever I get up, I'm just like, Lord, thank you, Jesus.
So, is there a lot of trash? I mean, we see in the movies and TV shows, there's a lot of trash talking on the field. Is there really a lot of trash talking on the field?
There is. There's a lot of trash talking. And
you got linebackers mouthing off to you?
Yeah, not as much. You know what? Not as much this
I would
year.
expect corners not to mouth off to you because you just run over them. The linebackers are kind of your size.
Exactly. But not this year. It's been surprising because in years past, like I didn't really talk much trash, but I was a good player and I played at a high level, but everyone would talk trash to me. I mean, everyone on the field, everyone in the fans, on their sidelines, little babies, everyone. And it's like this year, I continue to not talk trash because I don't need to. I let the Lord fight my battles while I'm out there. So if anyone ever says anything to me, which they don't, I don't need to reply. But that's one of the coolest things about it. Like this year, the only thing that's been said to me is good things. You're a heck of a player. Yo, I admire your game. And it's very humbling coming from guys who have played in this league 8, 10, 12 years. Wow.
Okay, we'll go back to some more questions out here. Kansas, I saw your hand up. Go ahead, bud. Ooh.
That's what you really need the ooh for.
Yeah, dude, that's a good question.
I used to be Team Xbox for the longest.
What?
Yeah, I used to be for the longest.
You turned your back on Microsoft?
I turned my back on Microsoft. Our owner actually, Mr. Ursay, gave us all new Xbox Ones for Christmas last Christmas. Unbelievable!
Nice.
Like one of the most genuine, giving owners in the entire National Football League. That's what I mean. Another blessing in disguise. Not just because of the Xbox One, but maybe a little bit because of it. But yeah, so I'm now a PS4 guy. Sorry.
What do you log your time on right now? You don't play NFL games, do you?
I mean, I do sometimes.
So if you're going to be another tight end besides yourself,
I wouldn't be another tight end.
oh, come on. Who are you going to throw to? I mean, you're been another team, and you're the quarterback. Who are you going to throw to besides Dwayne Allen?
All right, I mean, if I had to.
On Xbox. I mean, we're just talking on PS4.
Yeah, on PS4.
Not in real life.
It would be probably like the Chargers, and I would get with Phillip Rivers. And
You throw it
hand
to
off
Antonio
Ryan.
Gates, wouldn't you?
And I would feed Antonio
Ah.
Gates.
It's a good thing
But
they never win Super Bowls.
During the season, I don't get to play as much. You know, like it's all work, and I'm focused, and I don't have as much time. But whenever we have bye weeks like this, I just binge and just.
So do you play anything else besides football games? What else do you
Yeah,
play?
I play basketball games. And
Of course.
Soccer, I play FIFA. In case if there's any FIFA
Would
players
you like to
out
see
there.
this guy on the soccer field?
Huh?
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Yeah, but I enjoy it.
Awesome. Okay, let's have some. Hold on, Dylan. Yep. What?
And FIFA?
Oh, you mean right next door? Are you calling next? Is that what you're doing? I got next. That's what he said.
Whenever you want it.
Oh, yes. Because that'll be a
Come
great
on.
story later. Hey, guess what I did this weekend? Now, that's a good story. That is a good story.
Favorite superhero? Great question. Man, you didn't prep me for all this.
Sorry. I tried. I
I
prepped you for the Pat McAfee question.
You did. I think I'm a Superman guy. I've always been. I know it's kind of lame. It's like, everyone's a Superman guy. Just always admired like his abilities and what he stood for.
Nice. Different planet, stand up for people,
Exactly.
you know, be an alien.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He's an anomaly.
Yeah. Anomaly.
Like
Now,
that-
that's
that
the way to
is
say
exactly what he
it.
said.
Do you have a question, or is your arm just tired? Did you say Minecraft? You don't play Minecraft, do you?
I don't.
Okay. I got a lot more respect for him now.
I'm sorry.
Because he probably would have had to turn in his man card right then.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. Don't take it personal.
If I didn't play football, what would I be doing? Is that sports-wise or just anything? Man, I would hope that I would have Pastor Rob's job. And,
Nice.
you know, I would be able to hang out with I'll be able to hang out with you guys all day, every day.
Oh, my gosh.
And like just share Christ and talk about His glory all day. That's what I would want to do.
People calling you like Pastor Lamont, stuff like that.
No. Maybe Pastor Achilles.
Pastor Achilles, yes. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
I give myself pep talks often.
Right.
Yeah, like if I drop a ball on the game, I feel the need to call a timeout, go into a corner. What is wrong with you? Get your head in the game. You're better than this and you know it.
Is that
True story.
is that what Chuck says to you too when you mess up on the field? You're better than that.
Yeah, he kind of does. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he does.
He does. Hey, Coach Pagano does a great job of being a manager of talent. He knows that he don't have to be a rah-rah kind of guy, but he has to know. He knows that with our practice schedule, when to lighten up, when to harden down, with discipline in the locker room, when to lighten up, when to harden down. And he's a great manager that way.
So you had, besides Coach Chuck, who's your coach above you? It's like a receivers coach?
A tight end, yep. Tight end coach.
Tight end, and who's that?
Alfredo Roberts.
Okay.
Awesome dude. He's taking real good care of me. His son actually played for Carmel High School. Boo. He went to UCLA.
Oh, nice. Okay, so Coach Roberts, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You answer to him. He's the one that's with you day to day, and
Yep.
Coach Chuck is more kind of over everybody.
Exactly.
Okay. Because sometimes people think Coach Chuck is just the only coach, but you guys have a truckload of coaches.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a ton of coaches. There's Coach Chuck. There's Coach Roberts, Coach Williams, Coach Walker. We have a whole offensive staff, including our offensive coordinator, Pep Hamilton.
Okay, cool. Hold on, Dylan. Yes. Yes. Really?
Yeah,
We'll do it later.
we'll do it later.
Well, there'll be video. We're not doing it now. That's ridiculous. I mean, look at these.
I'm just saying.
Those are meat hooks, man. So like snakes. Just like put it on my shoulder. Let's see how. I mean, this is like how a python would feel if it was just laying on me. That's ridiculous. Seriously, that's ridiculous.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he was carrying Starbucks this morning. I know, Tegan, right? Chai latte, right?
For purposes of this conversation, I'm going to say just a black coffee.
Black coffee.
But if I was being totally honest, I'm a white chocolate mocha kind of a guy.
Wow. In the off season, of course.
Yes.
Yes, in the off season. Right, of course.
Sorry, guys.
That's awesome. All right. In the back.
Hey, how much do you weigh?
Fair question.
Come on, man.
You're in season too, so this matters. Yeah. 185.
That's it?
You didn't know he wanted you to be weighing more.
I'm 260 pounds on a slim day.
Oh,
I'm not really sure if today's a slim day or not.
Yeah, it is bye week.
Yeah.
It is bye week. Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
I trip a lot.
Well, you've got huge feet.
Yeah, thanks.
It's like walking with skis.
It really is. The most embarrassing thing that has happened to me on the field. What's that? Nah, at least I had the ball then, and I scored a touchdown. So there was some redemption in scoring a touchdown. But whenever I'm on punt team, and my job is to block first and go out and cover and make a tackle on a really fast guy who is so much smaller than me, who's so just quicker than me. He's more athletic than he's very agile. It's nearly impossible. So there was this one time. Matter of fact, if you're watching the Monday Night Football game, I was on punt team. I kicked back, blocked, then ripped off and covered. And whenever I'm on punt team, if you ever watch me, I'm always running, and in my head, I'm like, I gotta save the world. I feel like it gives me this extra adrenaline boost. It's like I get faster whenever I'm running to save the world.
I'm gonna watch Colts game in a whole new way. Gotta save the world.
Every time. Gotta save the world. So I get down there, and I'm like the first guy down there. If you're ever on punt team, you never want to be the first guy down there, right? So I start looking around, hoping that there's someone else, and it's like, no, I'm the guy. So a little quick guy, all he does is a simple move. He takes a jab step this way, and he goes the other way. When he takes the jab step, we're taught to take a shot, right? If you're the first one down, you got to just take a shot, get him on the ground. So he took the jab step, disappeared. I took my shot, and there was nothing but
Superman.
air. Yeah.
Superman.
It was one thing if it was just on regional television. No, it was on national television. That means everyone in the U.S. was watching. So my phone blew up afterwards. Just dude, I saw how you tackled that ghost. Good job.
I mean, it would have been better if you just would have gotten up and done a Cam Newton, see, I got Superman under here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes, let's see here. All right, Vespina, go. Shoe size.
14.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's not bad.
I mean, I'm only 6'4" with shoes on.
Hey, so after a game is over, do you have to do the whole ice thing where you sit in the ice tub and?
Some guys do, and the whole reason for the ice tub is to get that blood circulating, so you can get that lactic acid out of your legs and get some fresh blood flowing in. And some guys like to do it right after games. Not me. I like to take a shower, get dressed, and get out of that building as quick as possible. Spend time with friends and family.
Girlfriends and family?
Girlfriends and
family. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yep.
family.
Just one.
Yeah, girlfriend.
Sorry, that was
Seth.
That was embarrassing. Later, when you guys ask that question, I can say, well, this one time I was interviewing Dwayne, and I said he had girlfriends. That was embarrassing. I apologize.
Yes, sir. Who's playing better, Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? Great question. Andrew Luck is playing at an unbelievable pace right now.
That's a fair question. Yeah.
He is amazing right now, actually leading the league in yards, touchdowns. We could do a little bit better on his completion percentage, but he
needs some protection.
He needs some protection. He definitely needs some protection, but he's also one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. Thanks for that question.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and they said this season Andrew Luck was going to be the best quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
That was a crazy prediction, but it doesn't look so crazy now.
No, not at all.
Leading in all those categories, and he's throwing to you. I think that's why the touchdowns are so high.
I mean, I do have 7.
Was it 10 of them, 10 or 7?
I wish it was 10.
It's 7.
Yeah, but it's 7. Lord, just give me my portion.
Yeah, nice. 10 is your portion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
12.
Quarterback, that was easy. I told you, I have this thing with control. If I could be in control of the offense, I would so want to be that guy. 12 always.
Have you thought about like the words you would say? You wouldn't say Omaha or what?
Macaroni and cheese.
Yes. Yes.
Little bit of lobster on the side. Hurry, hurry.
That's what Andrew says. He likes to say hurry, hurry.
Yeah.
Does he just say it out of habit sometimes? He just he just needs to fill the space.
Nah, that tells us something. Whenever he goes
like move faster?
Yeah. Like it's like, hey, we're gonna snap this thing on the next sound. So
Gotcha.
It's like hurry, hurry. It's like, oh, and the ball's gone.
Okay. We can't tell that to any other teams, please, okay? So just keep it on the DL. For those white people, it's down low. Okay. All right, what else? Yes, you on the end.
My favorite movie.
Ooh, that is a good question. Are you a chick flick kind of guy?
She makes me. But
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Do I cry? I watched Interstellar the other night.
Yeah, how was that?
Some tears dropped at different points in the movie. I was picking
I'm okay with that. I was
picking on her for crying. Little did she know I was, why are you crying? But my favorite movie.
Allergies.
Yeah. The air or something.
Yeah, it's right in your eyes.
But my favorite movie is Slumdog Millionaire.
Really?
I love, a little jolly ho. I don't know. That movie just sits really well with me and the message that it brings. I used to be a huge Russell Crowe fan and A Beautiful Mind because I was a mathematician and I thought I was going to, work in math.
Change the world.
But when everything switched, I saw Slumdog Millionaire and absolutely fell in love with it.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please give Dwayne Allen another big round of applause. I think he spent as much time answering questions as you did sharing your testimony, so I appreciate your time up there. That was awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. So, Rob, what's the story on the process after this? Because we didn't talk about that.
No, we didn't. I just thought you would end, and then anybody wants to.
That's what I was talking about. So we're going to do some. Okay, so we're going to do some meet and greet, and obviously there is a truckload of people here. And so we'll probably have to take a little bit of time. And what we might do you think maybe he can go this way and we can kind of make a little line or something? Okay. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
That's good. Hey, one more round of applause, please.